Hi, I'm Jim with Stickley on Security, and today I'm going to talk to you about the risks of using mobile devices and give you tips on how you can protect your identity while using mobile technology. Now, when I refer to mobile technology, I'm referring to cell phones and tablets such as an iPad, for example. Oftentimes these devices are also referred to as PDAs. Today I'm going to focus on a couple of the most popular ways in which criminals use your mobile device to steal your information, your money, and your identity. In addition, I'm going to give you several tips that you can use to protect yourself from these types of attacks. The most common type of attack will come via SMS text messaging. Now, have you ever received an email and that email looks like it came from your financial institution, and in the email there's a link that they want you to click, and if you click on that link, it takes you to a site where they try to get you to enter in your username and password. These are known as phishing attacks, and most people are aware of this type of scam nowadays. That said, criminals have gotten smart and realized that they could do the same thing with text messaging. So what they do is they send you a text message and it looks like it comes from your financial institution, and in the text message they'll tell you there's a problem with your account and they'll give you a phone number that you can call. When you call the number, an automated system will answer and it'll explain to you a problem about your account. In addition, it'll tell you that you can resolve this issue just by answering a few simple questions. Now, the questions it'll generally ask will be related to confidential information. It'll ask for your driver's license number, your social security number, your name, your birth date, your login credentials such as username and password. You never know what it's going to ask for exactly because each criminal has a different plan of what they want, but ultimately it's going to be asking for some level of confidential information. What you need to remember is your financial institution is never going to send you a text message that tells you there's a problem with your account and to call a specific phone number in that text message. If you receive a text message like that, stop. Instead, pull out your debit card. On the back of your debit card, you'll find a phone number. Call that phone number and explain to them the text message you just received. They'll be able to help you out. They'll either say, yes, it's legitimate, or no, you need to stop, this is a scam. Criminals have also started creating malicious applications for your mobile device. Now, some financial institutions offer you a mobile banking application that you can download and install on your mobile device, such as your phone or tablet. That said, a large majority of financial institutions do not offer such a product. Criminals are taking advantage of this, and what they're doing is they're creating their own mobile banking application and they're uploading it to the marketplace. However, they're making this application look like it's your financial institution. So when you go to the marketplace and you look up whoever your financial institution happens to be, you see a name show up and you go, oh, that's my financial institution. You download that software onto your phone and you now go to use it to log into your account. Of course, you're going to type in your username and password, maybe some sort of multi-factor challenge. You're going to put all the information in and you're going to hit submit. It's going to come back and give you an error, and as far as you're concerned, something's just not working with the app. In reality, that software is completely malicious and the criminal is just stealing that information and recording it so they can then go and log into your account. The solution to this type of attack is pretty simple. Before you install any software that's going to allow you to log into your account, validate that it really is with your financial institution. So go to their website and look on their website. If they have a mobile application out there, they're going to be advertising it, so you're going to see it very quick. However, if you can't find any information on their site, pick up the phone and call them. Say, look, I'm looking at this application right now and I'm looking to install it. Is this yours? And they're either going to say, yes, it's ours and you're safe to use it, or no, it's not, that's a scam. In addition, a lot of people are starting to pick up these applications where you can consolidate several accounts together. Some of these applications are really cool and they make your life really easy. Some of them, though, are pretty malicious. My recommendation, again, is before you install one of these, pick up the phone, talk to your financial institution, and see what they say about it. They're either going to say, yes, we trust that, or yes, that's good to use, or no, you should not use that, or we've never heard of it, or that seems a little suspicious. No matter what, at least you're getting validation on what you should be installing and protecting yourself. New scams pop up all the time, and for me to try to tell you every single scam that's out there is going to be impossible. That said, there's some pretty basic tips that you can follow, and if you follow these tips, you're going to greatly reduce the risk of falling victim to any of the scams. And the most important tip I can give you among all other tips today will be the tip of make sure you password protect your mobile device. Now, the password doesn't have to be crazy. It's generally going to be only 4 digits long, but make sure it's not 1234 or 0000. Beyond that, just have something unique. If you just follow that one tip, you're going to greatly reduce your risk. So if somebody finds your mobile device or steals your mobile device, they're not going to be able to get into it, and you've already eliminated a lot of the attacks that are out there. Now, if you're using an Android device And you'll know if you are. So if you've never heard of Android and you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. This particular tip is not related to you. But for those of you who are using Android, make sure that you do not enable the install from an unknown source option. A lot of times people will do that because they want to install just everything out there. The problem is if you're installing from an unknown source, you could definitely be installing malicious software, and a lot of times that's where criminals target people, is when they have that enabled. So make sure you do not enable the install from an unknown source. In addition, when you're trying to install an application, sometimes it'll pop up with a message, and the message might say that it's coming from an unsigned source. Again, I would never trust any application that has been unsigned. If you see that message, tell it stop, tell it cancel, tell it not to install the application. As people have more and more accounts on the internet, they're having to remember more and more usernames and passwords. And what they're doing is they're storing all of these usernames and passwords on their mobile device. Well, I personally am not a fan of this and think it's very dangerous to have all of your login credentials in one spot on one device. I do understand the convenience, and I do understand some people are going to do this. If you're one of those people that's going to do it, make sure you're at least using a secured application specifically for this process. If you're just storing them all like on a notepad in your phone or on your notepad on a PDA, that's really dangerous. There's some really good applications out there that are designed specifically for storing all of your login credentials, and then all of those will be inside of an encrypted folder that has some sort of password on that. At least that gives you some level of security. So again, if you're going to store all of your login credentials, which I'm not a fan of, but if you're going to do it, at least use a secured application to store them. Now, some people set up text messaging alerts from their financial institution, and these can be to let them know when their balance drops to a certain level, or when something's coming up, or when a bill is due, or whatever it happens to be. And that's fine, but what you need to remember is you should be deleting these text messages as they come in. The less you have on your phone, the better off you are. So that way, if a criminal does steal your personal device and they get into it and start looking, they can't figure out what financial institution you do business with. So again, as text messages come in from your financial institution, delete them so there's no record left behind. Keep in mind that antivirus has limited functionality on a mobile device. Now that said, some additional security is better than no additional security. There's a lot of different products out there. Some of them cost money, some of them are free. It's up to you to decide which one you like. No matter what you decide, whether you add antivirus or you don't, you still want to follow some basic guidelines when it comes to security. And that's when you receive an email with a link, just like at home, on your personal device, you should not click that link unless you absolutely know where it's going. In addition, if you receive an attachment via email, even on a mobile device, be very suspicious about opening that attachment unless, again, you know exactly what that attachment is. This is how criminals a lot of times can subvert the security that's on these mobile devices. And last but certainly not least, in the event that your mobile device is stolen, obviously notify your carrier, but also notify your financial institution. Nowadays, with so much confidential information being stored on mobile devices, including mobile banking, you want to make sure you let your financial institution know so they're aware that your account could be at risk. This will help protect you, and it's better to be safe than sorry. Mobile banking is becoming a part of day-to-day life. And if you follow the tips I've just given you, you can greatly reduce your risk while enjoying all that mobile has to offer. Of course, remember, spend a little time, do a little research, and protect yourself so you don't become the next victim of identity theft. I'm Jim for Strictly on Security. Have a great day.